The latest addition to the squad, Bakayoko, and it's interesting, Julian, you take a look at his resume, and of course there was so much hype, so much excitement about this player before he made that move to Chelsea, and it just seemed to go completely wrong from the start at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, it was a nightmare season for him. He arrived injured first in the summer where he signed. He then, I think, really struggled with the methods from Antonio Conte. He really struggled with understanding what Conte wanted him to do. I mean, we saw him at times almost play as a second striker last season under Conte. They never really got on, and I think it was always a case of Bakayoko just being in the wrong club at the wrong time. He was always going to leave this summer, and I think maybe moving to Italy is better for him. He seems to struggle a bit with the pace and the rhythm and the intensity of the English game, and maybe the Italian league would be better.
AC Milan have got an excellent player, potentially.
Sure.
If he rediscovers his form that got him the move to Chelsea when he was excellent at Monaco, he's 23, he's got 10 years plus ahead of him, but unfortunately for him, he turned up at Chelsea at a bad time because they came off the Championship and the cracks were appearing that summer between Antonio Conte. Well, they had appeared before that, but they really opened up in that summer over transfer policy between him and all the lieutenants behind the scenes. And he came in, it was very fractured, the continuity wasn't there, and his confidence got absolutely smashed. He didn't play well, and people got on his back, and it affected him.
Sure.
But if he can put that behind him, he's a big, powerful, strong, up and down player that will fit AC Milan well.
It should have worked for him at Chelsea because he's a great athlete. He's a decent passer of the ball without picking out passes that are going to create opportunities for others. He's a good defensive player. He's good in the air. But as Craig said, when he went there, he had a couple of bad games. He lost possession in bad areas. He got himself sent off against Watford, and suddenly the crowd turned. I don't know how good a player you are when your home crowd turn on you and start singing "You're a load of rubbish," you know, and you're such a bad player, you know you are. You're going to have problems.
I have experience of that here.
Oh, Maro's with that. Anyway, but
so what about this fit for Milan?
I think it'll work well for them. I think he's a good player. I think he'll play in that central midfield area. He's an up and downer. I just think it'll work for him. Because everyone talks about the Italian league being a slow league. It's now a high-tempo league. There's a lot of attacking football. The defensive side of the game is nowhere near as good as it used to be, but the attacking side is better, and he will fit in perfectly because he can do both sides of the game.
Robert, what about the mental side of this kid? Because when you looked at he came in, everybody thought he was going to absolutely blow the Premier League apart. As you say, he had all the physical attributes. But when there was nobody around him, he couldn't find a Chelsea player. His passing was atrocious.
But you know what it's like.
Is he mentally, is he very weak on that side? Because that's what it looked like to me. It looked as though he just fell to pieces.
But if the crowd, every time you get the ball, almost knowing you or trying to get you to give the ball away because they've given you so much stick, they don't want you in the side. The Chelsea fans were trying to get him taken off in every game. That cannot help your mentality. So when the ball's coming to you, you're panicking about where your next pass is. You can't see the picture. And that's what happened to him. Every time the ball came to him, you could tell he didn't know where his next pass was.
What does every senior pro, when you came into the answer, what does every senior pro say to you? If it was going bad initially, you'd say, just keep it simple, find a shoot.
Trouble is, Paul, last year at Chelsea, it was every man for himself.
Yeah.
You know, but the year before, it was, that's the 11 on the field, and that's pretty much going to be the 11 on the field at Chelsea. They went on that 13-game winning streak, and the team basically picked itself. All right, it was one or two changes here and there, but not many. Last year, it was changes at the back, it was changes in midfield, it was changes up front because Morata wasn't playing well. Then Giroud comes in, Bakayoko comes in after his great season at Monaco. All these changes were happening. You couldn't name the Chelsea team last year from week to week. It was so fractured.
And you talk about helping. You talk about senior players helping out. I haven't always seen that with senior players, and I saw the Chelsea senior players almost throwing him under the bus. When he misplaced the pass, you can tell them all turning, oh, what's he done again? And their body language was almost saying, he's not good enough to play with us. And that went through to the fans, and that's why they started getting onto it.
Real Madrid have just won, what, 2 of the last 10 La Liga titles. Barca taking 7 of them. Atletico Madrid just the 1. And according to the bookies, it's going to happen again. Barcelona are the favourites to go on and win the title in Spain. Barca 3-4 on. Real Madrid coming in at 13-8. Atletico Madrid, who of course have had a good summer, 17-2, and then a long way out to Valencia 100-1. Sevilla 150-1. The bookies, you feel have got it right, Jules? Yeah, Barcelona, you think favourites?
Yeah, of course, favourite because of Lionel Messi and because obviously Real Madrid have lost Cristiano Ronaldo. I like you said, a lot of the recruitment that Atletico Madrid have done this summer, from Rodri to Thomas Lemar, obviously, as a Frenchman, and also Kalinic up front, which I think would be a very good backup to Diego Costa and Antoine Griezmann. Keeping Griezmann was obviously feels like almost like a new signing as well, because he was also very close to joining Barcelona. So I think that Atletico will give a good go at it, but I still think Barcelona are a bit above everyone else.
Where does this sit with Real Madrid fans? Wonder if anybody can shed some light on it. Daniel.
Well, which
What
bit?
I mean is they're dominating Europe. They're dominating Europe,
Yep.
which is, I mean, it's quite unbelievable
Yep.
what they've done in the Champions League. But they're not dominating La Liga. And Steve McManaman was on, a while back, and one of the questions, I think it was a digital hit, and somebody asked him about what would Real Madrid prefer to win, and he said La Liga.
Yeah, and Zidane kept saying that as well, didn't he? All throughout last season, La Liga.
I was surprised at that. I was just like, their dominance in Europe is something to behold. But clearly they want to be dominating their own country first. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I quite like the dominating Europe side of things.
Well, I think, and especially the manner in which Barca won the title last season, it was almost a second thought, wasn't it? Because it was so easy for them. Real Madrid going on and win the Champions League for the third time in a row, and it meant more, I think, to Real Madrid in the end than Barcelona. But you take a look at this, Robbo. Is this team good enough to win La Liga?
It certainly is good enough. You've got to make sure that Gareth Bale is playing at the top of his game. I'm not sure he is going to play up front. I still think Benzema will play up front. Bale will play out on the right-hand side. Lopetegui's always gone with a 4-3-3 whenever I've seen his teams play. So I think Isco will be maybe, or even Asensio will be down the other side. Bale will be on the right-hand side, coming inside to play against Benzema. But when you look at the midfield and the back four, it's the same players that have won the Champions League over the last 3 years. But they have to be more consistent in the league. And I'm not sure Zidane, although he said he wanted to win La Liga, I'm not sure he was so consistent with the way he was playing in La Liga as he was in the Champions League.
Bale was fantastic in pre-season. We talked about that.
Great
Playing off the
yeah.
right-hand side, Robbo, you're right. Benzema through the middle. I know it was pre-season, but Benzema himself looked as if he was hungrier and he looked as if he was fitter and sharper, and his movement was very good. Let's see if those two players can take that into the season. The other side of the coin is you've still got young Asensio on the bench. We know Isco's been a brilliant player for them, but Asensio's a very talented boy, and the guy that they signed from Flamengo, the young Brazilian, Vinicius Jr. I mean, I know he's a bit raw, but he looks a real exciting bag of tricks in there. So I think it could be an exciting season for Real Madrid going forward. Of course it could be, but it's just factoring in how much of a blow they're losing 50 goals of Cristiano Ronaldo and all
They've got to get it right through the middle. They must, when they go into the attacking zone, they've got to get it right. They've got to get that formation right. Stephen Nick thinks that Bale should play in the 9 role. I personally
He's
don't.
not going to play in the 9.
No, I think he's coming off the right-hand side, and they've got to keep Modric. I mean, there's this ridiculous talk about...
No, he signed a new deal.
Well, thank goodness for that, because that talk was absolutely ridiculous.
Confirmed today that Steven Nzonzi has made that move from Sevilla to Serie A, joining Pastore, Kluivert and Santon as well. You take a look at this, Jules. Steven Nzonzi, this looks like a good pickup for Roma.
Yeah, really good pickup. And I mean, Monchi is not Sevilla anymore, but he's very much one of the latest of Monchi's miracles, if you want. Signed from Stoke 3 years ago for around 9 million euros and sold to Roma for 30, or about to be sold to Roma for 30, not including bonuses. Even as a 29-year-old, it's another great piece of business from Sevilla. I think that the World Cup will boost his confidence and his career so much as well, because he didn't play much, but when he did play, including in the final, he did really well.
Yeah.
And I think he would be a very, very good player for this Roma team.
I like him. I've always liked him. When he was at Blackburn.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
I liked him at Blackburn. He was a bit raw then, but then he went to Stoke, did well. He's been great at Sevilla. I think Emery tried to take him to Arsenal because he knew him from his time in Spain. Daniel De Rossi's 36. So, I think he played 40-odd games last year, De Rossi.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to ask a player to keep doing that. So this is the perfect acquisition for Roma. You've got Nainggolan, whose loss is going to be... I don't think Pastore's a good player. He's a gifted player. I don't think he can fill that role. But Nzonzi coming in is a very, very good bit of business.
Well, your mates are at Roma, aren't they, Paul? This is your team.
We've got lots of friends from Roma.
Yeah,
in this show.
yes, we...
The problem in pre-season, they were in the centre of midfield. They're absolutely atrocious. You could have drove a couple of double-decker buses through that central defence. So Nzonzi's a fantastic pickup. Is he enough as a single protector? No, I don't think he is. They've got to select wisely to get 2 protectors in front of that back 3, if he plays a back 3 or a back 4. That's the secret of it. I think it's a fantastic signing.
So you think he might play alongside De Rossi in that central midfield area?
I do. I think they'll play 2.
I hate this stuff. Oh, we get on well. Oh, you're all right, Arsenal fans, because we get on well together. So we get on well together. You might have noticed on Sunday, well, I didn't notice, but you might have noticed when we come on, we linked up a little bit. Do you know, Teddy Sheringham and Andy Cole didn't speak.
Yeah.
Didn't speak. Get on the pitch, right? Whether you like him or not, whether you sit next to him in the dressing room or not during the week or at a game, matters not a job, right? You know, I don't not pass the ball to a player or make a run because I don't like Dan Thomas in the dressing room, because I go out drinking with him during the week or I go on holiday with him. I don't not pass the ball to you. I don't not make a run for you. I don't not make a tackle for you. I don't not help you on the pitch because you're not my best mate in the dressing room. I do it because that's my job. And this is a lot of nonsense for some of these players. Well, we got on with him, and of course it's handy if everybody gets on. But in a dressing room of 25 plus, there are different
I think it matters whether you actually get on the field, not whether you're good mates, whether you've got that understanding. Can I see a pass?
But it does help, though. It does help. I think.
Well, how did it? I just pointed out Sheringham and Cole. I mean, there's lots of relationships like that.
I used to pass to you every so often. I didn't particularly get on with you.
That's a lie. So here's what's got to happen with this team. Unai Emery has got to look at his squad. He's been there long enough now. He's got to change the system. For me, I'm
to what?
4-3-1-2. Play Ozil in the 10. Play those 2 through the middle, Lacazette and Aubameyang. When it's a goal kick, you just split them out. You get Ozil up so they can't build out at the back. That's dead easy. And you don't bomb both fullbacks on at the same time.
So you're saying Mkhitaryan not in the side? Well, Ramsey not in the team?
Ramsey is always in the team for me, always.
We shouldn't judge Arsenal on Man City.
Sure.
Because Man City are going to absolutely paste a lot of teams this year. There's no question. And Arsenal are not there on one transfer window. Not years of dereliction of transfer policy in recent years. It's not going to go away
of course it's not.
in one summer under one manager. And by the way, they didn't exactly have the busiest summer in the transfer window anyway. But judging Unai Emery going along against most of the other teams in the Premier League to see if he's getting an impact on and having an impact on these players in this squad. The Man City game for me was a one-off because they're in a different stratosphere to where Arsenal are at this moment in time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a long old process for them. I said that at the beginning of the week.
I think the disappointing was there wasn't a structure about. I thought when Emery came in, we were going to see a structure to the play.
Yep.
I couldn't work out what they were trying to do when they were playing out from the back because there was no theme to it. You know, they weren't making space so they could get it into the front players with particular quality. When they were closing down from the front, they didn't seem to know how to stop it going out to Mahrez. Mkhitaryan was given an impossible position, whether to go to the midfield player, whether to go to Walker, whether to stay out wide and block the ball out. That says that they haven't done enough work on the training, or the players aren't understanding what the coach is trying to get across. And when a new manager comes in, the one thing he has to do is get a structure to the side. Hopefully, over the next few weeks, they get that structure. Against Man City, there was no structure.
Can I bring Jules into the conversation?
Absolutely.
Do you mind? Sorry, Jules, what do you make of what the boys have to say with your Arsenal ways?
No, I agree. I mean, for the Aubameyang Lacazette, I asked him the question about Lacazette. He just answered that, they were friends. I don't think there's anything wrong by being friends with one of your teammates. I get Craig's point about you don't have to like everyone, but they like playing with each other. That's all he said. Whether that means him playing a bit left and Lacazette playing in the centre like they did in that second half against City, or him, just playing in the centre. He said, I don't mind, but I like playing with him and we get on well, even on the pitch and off the pitch as well. For Ramsey, I thought it was very interesting that Unai Emery took him off on Sunday and not Matteo Guendouzi, for example, who could have easily been taken off by Emery. Instead, it was first Ramsey and then Xhaka, both who came off. And I think he showed that maybe the status that existed under Arsene Wenger with some players were untouchable almost. Don't seem already to be there because otherwise Emery wouldn't have taken Xhaka and Ramsey off like that, or like I said, probably more someone like Guendouzi. So I thought that was really interesting. But I agree with Paul and with Robbo as well. They need more structure, but Emery has been there, 6 weeks really, and this first game against City was always going to be difficult. And I agree with Greg, you can't judge them and can't judge Emery just on that game on Sunday.
Welcome to Extra Time. Here we are once again then. A lot of tweets today we've been given.
Good ones or like abusive?
Well, the first one's abusive. If Twitter is calling for me to be sacked, how is Craig still around?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
We've got to discuss that.
Bud Belmont.
From Bud. What have you done to upset Bud?
Probably clueless.
You should say clown. He's a clown.
Clown.
Ramos versus Klopp, Mourinho versus Conte. Which clash of words?
Or it might have been tongue in cheek, it might have been a joke. So I don't mean that, I don't mind. It's a bit of stick.
Oh, nice sign of Craig then.
Wow.
It might have been tongue in cheek from the pod.
it's-
It might not have been.
As your mate now.
I don't know.
Ramos versus Klopp, Mourinho versus Conte. Which class of words do you enjoy more?
No, I don't enjoy it. I think it's just stupid.
Aye.
Don't enjoy it.
Should
No.
bin it.
War of words.
Bin it.
Should stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
No
Childish.
words.
Move on.
Move on. That's that. Like it, Maris. Move on.
Jose Mourinho has always played the same style of football. Manchester United knew what they were getting. Why is it his fault when they are boring?
If you're managing the top side in Manchester United with top-class players and some creative players, he's not getting the best, I don't think, out of those creative players. He's not improving the likes of Martial. He's not improving the likes of Rashford. So he then goes back to rely on the power and pace of somebody like Lukaku, going back to stereotype with Didier Drogba, where he played with at Chelsea. So it's understandable that's the tactics, but I'd still like to see with the players he's got. He made Arjen Robben a decent player when he was at Chelsea.
Right.
They had another winger who came from Blackburn. I can't think who he was. You can remember, can't you? The winger who played for Blackburn, who had as the other
Duff.
player.
Duff.
He made him a better player.
Duff.
And he had Lampard. And
I got
people
it, Jules. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's okay. Don't worry.
Lampard and players like that who he made better players. I'm not sure he's doing the same with
Doesn't
Manchester
really make
United at the
sense,
moment.
that tweet, because Manchester United did know what they were getting with Mourinho, and we knew what the football was going to be like. But the end of it, the question is, why is it his fault that they're boring? Well, it is his fault.
Right.
He's a gaffer.
That's his style.
It's his fault that they're boring. I mean, we all knew, and they knew kind of what they were getting. Maybe they hoped that it was going to change, but it's certainly his fault because he sets the team up
Yep.
to play that way. So.
Jules, who will have the better second year at PSG, Neymar or Mbappe? Ooh.
Oh man. It's a good one. It's a really good one. I mean, obviously, I think the interesting thing is that they are approaching this season in completely different ways. Obviously, after the different summer that they had, Neymar, as we mentioned yesterday on the show, has so much to make people forgive him for. The attitude, what happened at the World Cup, the injury that he had last season, and the fact that the team was without him for so long. Mbappe is obviously coming in, feeling
This is quite a
like
dance, isn't it?
$1 million
Round the
after
Give us
winning
an
the World
answer,
Cup.
Joe.
Who's the name? What's the name?
No, but let me explain. I need to
No, I
explain
don't want
first.
an explanation.
Hold on. You're not
Yeah,
He's
I
Italian
go
now.
for
He's doing all this.
Mbappe.
Look.
I go for Mbappe.
He's doing all this
Mbappe.
now. He's Italian. When did the French start doing that?
I don't
Oh, a
know.
long time ago.
Did they?
I have no idea.
No, I was just trying to explain.
He's done it again.
It's
Tell
on
you what,
again.
that was very Marcotti-esque. With
You like likening Jules to Marcotti?
he likes to dance around a few questions.
Jules doesn't like that, does he?
It's
Probably a younger, better-looking version.
Oh, even if you say so yourself.
Right.
I must say, you're sweating less.
Moving on. Your thoughts, Craig, on Wayne Rooney's wonderful assist for DC United
Oh,
this
it was.
week?
I was do you know that was coming?
It was
Oh,
interesting.
somebody's put that in because you heard us talking about it.
No,
when we were
what
off
was
air.
interesting, you tweeted out, thank goodness I'm not at work tomorrow.
Yeah, I was tired.
Was that Wayne Rooney related?
Correct.
I thought it might be.
As soon as I saw that Wayne Rooney incident, I thought, thank God I'm off on Monday. Was it Monday?
Yeah, it was
Because I
yesterday.
want to listen to everybody. A lot of it just absolutely drooling over something that. Am I missing something here? He chased back, he made a tackle, and then he pinged a diagonal into the box. That's hardly groundbreaking, is it? Or is that just me?
Not necessarily groundbreaking, but it's good, isn't it?
Well, not with the reaction. I thought it was somebody who'd just beaten 10 men and hit a ball into the top corner.
I think what made it special, or extra special, was the context of the game and where the goalkeeper was out the goal, up the other end. So he was the last defender.
Oh,
There was a 2v1. So he made a good tackle.
Well, I only
and
saw
it's
the clip because you
And he
don't
got
think
back
I
up.
watched the bloody game, do you?
Oh, it was a great second half.
No, but I think it's a fun moment, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's a good,
Oh, yeah,
entertaining
yeah.
moment.
Well, yeah.
I think that's why.
What, a player making a tackle and hit the ball into the box?
Yes, in the manner that it did in the 97th minute with the goalkeeper up.
I can't.
They were going to lose the game.
I
He
can't
makes
tell
a
you what
tackle, he
minute
plays
the game
ball in
it
the
was
box.
in,
Suddenly
for
they
God's
go
sake,
from
you know
losing
that.
it to winning it.
What was the clock in the corner?
Well, I don't. When I look at the clock in the corner, I don't hide from the fact. I didn't see it. I didn't watch it.
It's a great game.
Well, fair play to Wayne Rooney.
Did you say you think it was a great game?
What did you think?
I'm just trying to convince.
I thought it was fantastic. I said, what a sick moment for Rooney.
Sick.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, because I
You're going down
thought
with the young
it was
That's
fantastic.
quite young rhetoric for you, isn't it?
You bloody hypocrite.
Considering
What are you on about?
You sat there 5 minutes ago when we were off here, and I was talking about it, and you went, "Yeah, he's just doing his job, isn't he?"
Well, he's doing his job.
Now you've got it as the greatest goal this century.
I've not said anything of the sort. That's absolutely.
Oh, we're on
ridiculous.
camera now. We're on camera now. I better just bottle this up a little bit.
No.
You said you would have never have bought it if you were the DC board or manager. That's what you said earlier on.
No, I
Fair
wouldn't
play
have
to
bought it. I wouldn't have bought it.
Listen,
No,
fair play to Wayne Rooney.
absolutely, I would.
Hey, I don't care if he pings the ball in the box.
Look,
Fair play to him.
It's the fact that it's Wayne Rooney, and
listen.
he's just run back, and
He's committed.
good for the team.
He wants to be here.
Kiss the badge.
He's
all that
committed to
palaver.
playing for DC. So he's committed to it, and he's putting his heart and soul into it. He's not over here for a quick buck and doesn't care. So fair play to him for that.
There you go. Fair play.
But the rest of the
So it was the
overreaction.
reaction that got you as opposed to the
I shouldn't be surprised by overreaction, not particularly off some people.
What was the
that follow
reaction?
MLS.
What was the?
I just love making friends.
What was it?
I got lots of friends at MLS, I'll have you know. Lots.
Really?
I just haven't met them yet.
It was on the front page of L'Equipe, wasn't it? The Rooney incident, Jules?
On the front page of L'Equipe newspaper.
I'm joking. That was a joke.
Oh, sorry.
Frenchmen don't get the jokes.
No, I was surprised. I was like, what was?
I actually thought you were serious.
Yeah, I did.
Because I think that's...
Yeah,
you know,
me too. I was like,
what-
wow,
yeah.
no.
I thought you were serious.
But you've seen it. I imagine it's all over the French media. Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I saw it, and I thought the play was brilliant. The way he trailed back and got that tackle, and without the goalkeeper as well at the last minute, and then I think he hoofed the ball really. But it's still a wonderful sort of moment that no one who was at the stadium or watching the game will forget.
It was one of those moments. It was when I saw the clip, whoever was tweeting it out and stuff, and that was one of those moments I thought, there is a God.
Because you're off.
There is a God, because I'm not normally off on a Monday, but because I've got a very good boss, he gave me Monday off this week because I have friends here, and I don't have to talk about this damn Wayne Rooney goal.
And what have you been doing ever since your friend turned up?
Try to find his bag
Correct.
from an airline who don't seem very interested.
You're not very happy about it, are you?
It's Independence Day here in India
Eh?
on the 15th. Congratulations. So how do the experts celebrate their independence or national days? What's our national day in England?
St George's Day.
We don't celebrate it,
We
do
don't
we?
celebrate it, no.
When is it?
No.
I was trying to explain this morning about bonfire night. Somebody asked me about
Right.
bonfire night.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's something that
Why,
we
did somebody
do
want to put
no
you on
other-
top of it?
Yeah, they did actually. No, it was a nice chat. Anyway, they were talking about bonfire night.
Right.
I was trying to explain to them what it was, and that was probably something that we only do in England. Nobody else does.
Yeah.
Definitely. We don't celebrate Guy Fawkes trying to burn down the
So
Houses of
that's something
Parliament.
that
do
we
they?
celebrate that nobody else does.
No, yes, but that's not the question.
But that's I'm giving. We don't. You just said we don't celebrate.
We've
as
got-
a
Well,
George's
we
Day,
celebrate
do
a man trying to blow up the Parliament.
we? We do. Yes.
We've got St Andrew's Day in Scotland, but I don't think I haven't lived in Scotland for years, but I don't know when it is.
No.
I just don't take this.
I don't know when St George's Day
No.
is. It?
But you know what? You got to credit the Irish because they're the
Oh, big
yeah,
time.
St Patrick's Day is bigger than anything.
Big time.
they just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fair play.
All over the world they go for it.
Yeah. Jules, you got Bastille Day, yeah?
Yeah, July the 14th, Bastille Day with huge fireworks and obviously a day off because in France we love our days off. So yeah, it's a pretty cool day, but nothing special like St.
What's
Patrick's Day.
the biggest day here in the US?
Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, I would say
Thanksgiving.
4th
yeah,
of July.
What, July the 4th?
No, I'd say Thanksgiving's bigger.
I say July the 4th.
Really? Well, none of us are American. Let's ask our American producer. What would you say, Thanksgiving or July? Right now he's asking
just
somebody
passed
July
else.
4th.
He's asking out somebody else.
He's American, he doesn't even know. Oh, here we
no,
go.
no.
6 at 1 after
I'm
the
going to answer.
Yeah,
I'm going to
ridiculous.
answer.
Yeah.
Well, I like both. It's 6 at 1 and half a dozen of the other. I bet our producers need. I bet he's injured.
I'd
now
say
after talking
Thanksgiving.
about that.
Yeah.
He'll have to go to the doctor.
It's not Thanksgiving just because you said Thanksgiving.
I'm just saying my opinion. Why?
July the 4th,
No,
man.
he prefers Thanksgiving.
Because that's when the country was born.
Yeah, but the country kind of stops on Thanksgiving, doesn't it? Doesn't 4th of
No,
July?
we're always working on
No,
Thanksgiving.
because you're English.
Well, there's other American people working on.
Well, I'm always asked to come out on Thanksgiving Day because they want to send the people that have families that are American back to their families.
Plus, we have,
What
we have
group?
free dinner here, don't we?
Well, that is
Thanksgiving.
that is
We don't
one
get
bonus.
anything 4th
That
of
is
July.
one bonus, I suppose.
You can do some noshing, can't you, on that food?
Absolutely, I can. What's wrong with that?
You came to my house for Thanksgiving, didn't you, last time?
Fantastic, fantastic.
There we are, watch the Ashes.
I love that, by the way.
Good.
His basement. It was unbelievable.
Right.
Great night. The grub was absolutely banging.
What about all the kids' toys? Did you have to go through the kids' toys to get a seat? Yeah.
And what's your nipper called, the nutter? What's
Josh.
Good grief, he's a live wire, that boy.
Nuts.
Do you know him?
Oh, I know him, yeah.
Oh, he's crazy.
Yeah.
There we go. Good. Right.
Do you like the fourth?
Nah, Thanksgiving.
Juventus.
Give Rooney some love.
Sorry?
That's it.
Rooney some
Good
love.
luck with your bags.
Yeah, good luck with your bags.
It's not my bags, and he's left now.
It's his friend.
I'm going to go make a tackle hit.
Two nights is enough.
I'm going to go make a tackle hit, a long ball into the box, and that'll be the greatest goal ever.
Well,
There we go. We're back tomorrow. Well, Robbo's back. We aren't.
we're all.
I am.
Oof.
Oh, you're back, aren't you, Craig?
Oh, I thought you were off.
Going to see that Wayne Rooney goal.
Oh, nice.
I pass, a tackle.
I thought you were going away.